Hey, this is Dr. Charles Majors, author of the best-selling book, The Cancer Killers, The Cause is the Cure. Today I'm going to give you a sneak peek into my next book being released. This is on the fastest growing cancers in the world right now, which are hormonal cancers. And most people think of the typical hormonal cancers like prostate or breast or ovarian, but most don't know that even lungs have a lot of hormone receptor sites on them. Also the colon, and there are other organs as well that I go through in the book. I'm also writing this book with the #1 hormone doctor in the world. And if most of you, if anybody guesses it and guesses it right, who I'm reading it or who I'm writing it with, you're going to receive, you guys just put it in the quotes, you're going to be getting an autographed copy, one of the first released copies before it even goes to the publisher. We're going to be releasing that to you. So guess who that is, who I'm writing that with. But today I'm also going to talk about not only what's in the book, but I'm also going to talk about why does one person get cancer and live and another person doesn't make it, regardless of treatments. I can take the same person, same age, same metabolism. I can take them to the same places, whether it be chemo and radiation, and one lives and one doesn't, and I can take them to a place, out of the country naturally, and one makes it and one doesn't. What's the difference there? The person who has cancer and lives is the one who will do whatever it takes. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes. And I know that's tough. I got off the phone call. I did a Skype consult today across the world with a colon cancer patient, and I went through exactly how to rebuild the colon, exactly how to slow down the cancer, and exactly how to begin to heal the colon again through all the enemas and certain enemas. And he said he said this to me specifically. He said, I will not do that. And is it because he won't do the enemas, he's going to get, keep the cancer and possibly die? No. It's the mentality. He should say, I will do whatever it takes. For 6 years, I'm going on 6 years now in September, I still do whatever it takes. I'll put whatever I need to in my body. I'll sit in saunas as long as I want, which I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Fly wherever I have to go. Do whatever I have to do. I'm going to do whatever it takes. It's that mindset that wins. It's that mindset that wins this. So today I'm going to talk about heat and heat treatments and heat therapies, and I go through it in my next book. But cancer hates heat. That's why we want to use heat. Whatever treatment you're going to decide to do, I don't care whether you're doing chemo or radiation or whether you're doing it naturally. If you want to speed up anything you're doing with treatments, you have to start increasing heat of the body. And I love hyperthermia. It's not specifically available in this country. We do a lot through infrared saunas. We can get the body warm enough, get the body temperature up. But heat, when the body is hot enough, the benefits are amazing. #1, heat. When you're heating up the body, it kills abnormal cells. The reason why is cancer cells cannot tolerate heat. They become weaker. And when cancer cells become weaker, they're easier to kill. When you raise the body temperature, it also begins to create more apoptosis in the cells. It affects the genetic potential of the cells as well. Turns genes on, turns genes off. But also, before I get into the infrared sauna, I begin to do lots of different treatments. I'm getting ready with poly-MVAs, I'm doing ozone treatments, I'm doing lots of different high-end treatments as I'm sitting inside of there. Because why? I want to put all these things in my body, make sure those cancer cells are weak. That's why also I'm on a ketogenic diet. Right now I've been off for about a month and a half, my first time in 6 years. It's been nice. I'm back on Monday again. But when you're in a ketogenic state in ketosis, and then we add heat, then we add oxygen, you double, triple, or they're saying even 10 times the effect of any treatment you're doing because the cancer cells are so weak. And that's what heat's doing as well. Also, when you're heating the body, you increase sweating. One of the hardest things on the body during chemotherapy is the liver takes a major toll. And if you're trying to do just detoxing in the liver all the time, you want to give the liver a rest. The more you're detoxing through sweating, the more you're going to give the liver a rest. the more you're going to keep your liver enzymes down as well. So to give your liver that rest as well, which is really important, sweating is bringing out more toxins than you can possibly imagine. It also takes, when you're sweating, it also relieves a lot on your kidneys. You'll see a lot of people going through chemotherapy, even natural treatments, who start having kidney issues or start having liver issues as well. So we want to make sure we're increasing sweating as well. Also, heating the body increases immunity. When the body has heat, it stimulates white blood cells. It stimulates your immunity. These white blood cells, when they're stimulated, go after cancer cells. They go after viruses. They go after bacteria. Which, remember, viruses, bacteria, parasites, yeast, these are all primary causes. Cancer is secondary. Trust me, the cancer is secondary. We want to look at the primary, and heating the body, sweating also helps with that. Also, it helps detox. A lot of heavy metals are detoxed through sweating that aren't able to come out of the body any other way. Also, raising your body temperature. This is one of the keys. Raising your body temperature. So when I get into the sauna, and I caution you on this one, I want to bring my temperature up. So I measure my temperature, and I want to make sure I bring my core temperature up. I need my temperature, my heat of my body up to 103, 102, 103 as long as possible. I take a high dose of niacin. Be very careful. I am not recommending you do that. I do cayenne peppers. I'm doing yarrow teas. Very, very hard to stay in there long. I've been in there up to an hour and a half, and sometimes I'd rather die than be in there. It's very, very hard. So start out very slow when you're doing these things. It's very hard to do. But when you raise body temperature, there's so much research on spontaneous remissions of cancer. Spontaneous remissions, which mean they were sent home to die, and 10 years later they're still here. They did nothing, not even natural. They changed nothing in their life. But what they all had in common was they spiked a major fever. That's what Kali's toxins are doing. That's what a lot of these different vaccines are beginning to do. They're spiking up an immune response or a fever in the body. And so we want to raise the temperature, put ourselves in that fever state. Also, one of the great things heating the body does is it increases insulin sensitivity. Now, remember, when the body recognizes, as soon as sugar comes into the blood, it needs to get out of there as fast as possible. So the more insulin you're producing, the faster you're producing it, the more you're getting blood sugar out, the more you're lowering down hormones, the more you're lowering down your insulin growth factors, insulin and glucose, you're bringing down inflammation. The more insulin sensitive you are, the better. And heating the body increases insulin sensitivity. They did a study, a 12-week study, 3 times a day getting in a sauna. At the end of 12 weeks, the participants had a 31% decrease in blood sugar, and insulin sensitivity was up. Powerful. So again, what does heat do? Kills abnormal cells, increases sweating, increases immunity, helps detox even the heavy metals, helps raise your body temperature, helps increase insulin sensitivity. How often do I do it? Now I'm more on a maintenance. I may do a half hour, an hour, 2 or 3 days a week. But at my high points, especially when a test would come back, because all medical tests are just feedback. Don't get angry with it. It's telling me I have more work to do. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So a test would come back. It didn't look good. I don't know if it meant my cancer was dying, changing. It didn't matter. I knew I needed to get to more work. I would get in that infrared sauna 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day. I'd be in there an hour to hour and a half at a time. So in the beginning, I did a lot more. I was doing a lot more treatments, a lot more therapies as well. So for a maintenance, 1 or 2 days a week, getting up there half hour, an hour is great. But if you're going to get into a cancer killing, you're going to be in there 5, 6, 7 days a week and working your way up to an hour and a half. Make sure you're hydrated. My wife will bring me water about every 15 minutes. And you stay hydrated through that whole process. As soon as you're done, you have to shower. Don't bathe, shower. You've got to wipe off because your sweat is so toxic at that moment. Here's just another tip for everyone here. New book is being released, going to publisher in the next couple of weeks. We'll let you know when that's out. I'll be speaking and releasing the book right near in September at the Truth About Cancer seminar, so make sure you guys are there as well. I'm getting ready to leave for all the Cancer Killer tours, and so make sure if it's coming to a town near you, you get to that. We'll see you.